Okay, so angles, you probably have touched a little on it in your primary school. So in secondary school, we're going to be learning a bit more about it. Different types of angles, the properties, the different angles formed by lines that are intersecting. Okay, so the introduction. Angles, an angle is formed when two straight lines meet, must be straight line. Okay, so for example, in our clock, the minute hand and the hour hand, they actually form an angle. In a triangle, we have one angle here, we have another angle, and a third angle. Angles are also found in letters. For example, this angle in the letter K, we've got another angle here, another angle here. They're found in numbers. There's so many numbers, so many angles over there. Now, when two straight lines, when they meet, this point where they meet is called a vertex. You don't need to know how to spell it. You just need to know that it is called a vertex. Then we draw a curve. We draw a curved line as such. Okay, over here, this curved line indicates that we are looking for an angle. How do we name an angle? It's just like our algebra. We give it a letter. For example, angle B. Then you look at this symbol. It is like a letter L, but it is slanted. This symbol means angle. So for this particular angle, it is called angle B. So we don't have to spell it out, but you need to draw the symbol. Makes our life easier. Another way of naming the angle is by the different vertices. So vertices again is the plural for vertex. Vertex is just where two points meet, where two lines meet, that's all. Okay, so in this case, this particular angle, we can call it angle with a capital letter A, or we can call it angle BAC. Okay, so take a look. BAC. When I call it angle BAC, I start from point B, I go to point A, and I go down to point C. This angle is our angle BAC. Now, we're going to have one of you to give me another name for this angle B that means the same thing. Okay, so let's choose, let's see. Okay, Chloe, can you help us? What is another name for this angle B? So Chloe, unmute yourself. Chloe, are you there?
Yeah.
You're using textbook, right?
Yes, this is our textbook. Give me another name for this angle. Angle B. Do you need some help? Chloe, do you need some help?
Yeah.
Okay. We can call this angle as angle A. So we start from A, we go down to B, B, and finally, what is the last letter?
Acute.
A to B, then which direction do we go to? AB. What's the last letter?
G.
C. So this angle is also called ABC. Chloe, can you try again? Now, you tell me what is an alternative name for this angle A. We can, for example, start with angle B. We can start with point B. It is the same as angle B. Okay, so we start from B, go towards A, and give me the last letter, Chloe.
C.
C, yes. So this is an alternative name for angle A. Now for the last angle, this triangle, Chloe, still you are, okay? So can you give me an alternative for angle C? What else can we call it? I give you the start. For example, you can choose to start from point B. So angle C is the same as angle B, then
B, C, A,
where do we go next?
A, C.
Oh, if we go to A, then it's over here, right? That's not where we want to go. Where do we want to go?
C,
C. Okay, let's go to point C. And then
A.
one more point, A. Okay, so this is the angle. That is an alternative name for angle C. All right, everybody will need to know this, and there will be more such questions as we go along. Okay, so what Chloe has helped us is this one. Okay, so for example, this angle A, an alternative name is simply BAC. B to A, then to C. Alternatively, the same angle, we can also call it angle C, A, B. See, it is the same angle. So CAB, BAC, same thing. You can do the same for the other two angles. Okay, now next, measuring of angles. Anybody hasn't used this instrument before? This is called protractor. Have you ever used this in primary school? See, Emma, have you used this in primary school? Emma, are you there? Can you unmute?
No.
Have you used this before in primary school?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Yes, okay. So we use this to measure angles, and we start from 0 degrees, definitely from 0. But I want you to take a close look at this protractor. How many 0 degrees can you find? If you look at the orange color scale, the one that is on the outside, you see that there's an orange found over here. There's a 0 degrees found over here. You see that? Okay, yellow color is not a good option. Let's try a green color pen. Can you see a 0 degree over here? And then when you increase the angle, it becomes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 90, blah, 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 blah. It goes down to 180. Right? So that is the outer scale, 0 to 180. Now, there is an inner scale. There's another 0 degrees here. 0 to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 90, until 180. So a protractor has 2 0 degrees. It has 280 degrees, so on and so forth. This, which scale you choose to use, the yellow one or the orange one, depends on how they draw the angle. Okay, so let's move on. We're going to ignore this. But one complete turn, okay, one complete cycle gives us a total of 360 degrees. But if it is a straight line, we have a total of 180 degrees, as shown in our protractor earlier on. So from here, we go from 0 to the other end, it's 180 degrees. Whether it's this direction or the other direction, you still get your same 180 degrees. But if you complete one full circle, then you get 360 degrees. Okay, next. Work example number 1 to find the angles using a protractor. Not difficult, so you must make sure you know how to do it. So the solution, you place the 0 line of the protractor. Where's the 0 line? This center part. Okay, so zoom in for you. When you have a protractor, this point is our 0. It is a point. Okay, place this point on the vertex, meaning where the two lines meet. You place that point here, and you align the horizontal line on your protractor. Align it with one line, one of the lines for the angle. Then you read what is shown. You read from here up. This angle in your textbook, it is 45 degrees. So similarly, for the other angle, place the 0 point at the vertex, horizontal line on one of the lines, and find this angle. Okay, then you read what the value is from 0, this is our 0 degrees, and it goes to 130 degrees. So what is a common mistake? The common mistake is that students do not know which number they should be looking at, because besides 130 in your protractor, it says 50 also. Okay, I bring you back here. See, okay, here. So just now it showed 130, but at the same time there's a 50. So how do you decide? Is it 50 or 130? So it depends on where you are starting from. In the second question, the horizontal line is over here. We read from 0, this is our 0 to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the way down to 130. Okay, you don't read backwards from 180. You don't read from 180 to and get smaller. No. So we'll be trying more examples. Okay. So if you have a protractor, you can start measuring this now. Our part A. Try it 1A. Alternative. Okay. How about this? You go to your workbook. Okay. You take out your workbook on exercise 6A, the very first question. 1A. Workbook 1A. Based on the diagram, our angle is 40. It's either 45 degrees or 135 degrees. So how are we going to decide? Okay, let's see what some of our classmates think. Yan Rui, can you unmute yourself? Yan Rui, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, Yan Rui, workbook, do you have it with you?
Yeah.
Okay, are you at page 1?
Yeah.
Question 1A?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the angle that is shown? Do you know how to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the angle that is shown?
Wait, I'm going to take my projector.
No need a protractor. 1A has the protractor drawn for you already.
Oh, okay.
Right? So how is it, Yan Rui? Don't be afraid of giving the wrong answer. I need a response from you. So what do you think the angle is shown in question 1A?
80 something.
80 something, huh? How do you get 80 something? Are you looking at exercise 6A, question 1A?
Yeah.
No? Workbook,
Yeah.
workbook. Yes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see a horizontal line and a slanted line?
Yeah.
Okay. And you see that slanted line, right?
Mhm.
What number is it cutting across on the protractor?
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
No, okay, never mind. Here's what I'll do. Okay, look at your screen. Do you see my protractor?
Yeah.
Okay, this is actually for question 1C. Now I'm going to move the protractor. I'm going to align the 0 point to the vertex. Do you see what has happened?
Yeah.
Okay, do you think the protractor is placed correctly?
No.
No. Okay. I'm going to adjust it now. You tell me when to stop. Can?
Okay.
So tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay, good. What is the angle that you see?
80.
80, huh? How do you get 80?
Wait.
Do you see another number below the 80?
100.
Oh, yeah. So here's our problem. Is the angle 80 or 100? Do you see that? We have a
100.
small
100.
problem over here. Or how do you decide now? How do you decide between 80 and 100?
Sure, I know.
Yes, who is talking?
Me.
Yes. What? Do you have something to share?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you start from the 0.
Yeah, we start from the 0, right? But is the 0 found on the left-hand side or the right-hand side of the protractor?
Right.
It's on the right-hand side. Yeah, correct. We start from the right-hand side this time. And you read from 0 to 10, 20, 30, 40, and it goes all the way to 100. Okay? Now, let's try a different question on the right side. Let's choose another student. Shazwan, can you unmute yourself? Shazwan?
Yes. Sorry.
Yes, okay. It's okay. Now for where my protractor is, I'm trying to measure the angle on the right. Okay, can you tell me whether my protractor is placed correctly now?
No. Wrong.
No. How about now? Is it placed correctly?
No.
Still no? How about now?
No.
Okay. Hang on. Try to turn it. Not very easy to turn.
I know the answer.
Okay, how about now?
Yes.
Is it placed correctly? Shazwan?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what is the angle that you can see? What is the value? Hey, Danish, why you give an answer? Shazwan, what is the reading?
I cannot hear you. Wait up. My friend annoying.
I think Danish
135.
already gave 135. Okay. So you read from the inner scale. Okay, the numbers closer to the center of the protractor. You go from 0, so meaning the bottom left-hand corner. On the bottom left side, read 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, so on and so forth, until 135. Okay, this big angle over here is 135. Now, besides placing the protractor this way, you can also continue to rotate it if you want.
Get it into the light.
You can rotate it this way. So now you can start reading from the outer scale. The outer scale from 0, 10, 20, 30, and you still get 135. So the angles there are a few ways that you can measure, you can position your protractor in order to get the same reading. Okay? So now back to our textbook. You will have to, all of you will have to practice this by yourself. There will be homework for today, and you will need to do until page 2 for today. Okay, for today's homework. Not difficult. So back to the textbook. Okay, so now work example number 2. Mark and measure angle ABC. So now we have to find angle ABC. We start from point A, we go to point B, and we go to point C. This is the angle ABC. Call it angle ABC. And we need to measure it. So this being the angle that we want to measure, we place our protractor, the center point at point B, the vertex, and we measure this angle. So we'll see that it is 150 degrees. So similarly for question B, angle ABC, you start from point A, you go to point B, and you go to point C. So this is the angle that we want. Okay, are there any questions at this point on identifying the angle and measuring the angle? If not, we will skip this. You can try it by yourself at home. The next part is on drawing of angles. Okay, so this is required for page 2 of your workbook, drawing of angles. Use a ruler and a protractor to help you draw. So for example, if the question says draw angle LMN 60 degrees, LMN 60 degrees, first you draw a line LM. So L to M, then you place the protractor at point M, you find angle 60. So this being 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, this is our 60 degree mark. You draw a little dot over here. Now you remove the protractor. When you after you remove the protractor, then you join them up, and that's your 60 degrees. Then you label it as N. Okay? So for work example number 3, if you're asked to draw angle QPR as 100 degrees, you draw a straight line, QP. So in this case, they started from Q, then to P. And now we want to find the point R. We know that from Q to P to R will give us 100 degrees. So we place our protractor at the center, which is P, and we measure from 0, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. We put a mark over here, remove the protractor, join it up, and this will be our point R. Okay, as shown. Okay, so are there any questions on drawing of angles? Have you done it in primary school?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so this is a recap. Okay. Then we'll move on to right angles. Have you all learned right angles as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's choose somebody. Marilyn. Marilyn, can you unmute yourself? Okay, Marilyn. What is the size of a right angle? How many degrees is it?
90 degrees.
Very good. So as long as it's 90 degrees, it is called a right angle. And we use this little, we draw a little box like this to indicate that it is 90 degrees. Now we will see a lot of 90 degrees in our homes, okay? We call it, if we say that this angle is 90 degrees, we say that the line AB is perpendicular to BC. This word means forms a right angle. Okay, so next, and here is your next task. We need to be able to identify different types of angle. So we have 3 more types of angles that we need to know. First is called acute. Acute refers to a small angle. How small is it? It is less than 90 degrees. Okay, acute is less than 90 degrees. These are some examples. Small angles, less than 90 degrees. Looks quite cute lah. Okay, cute, cute, small, small one. The next type of angle is called obtuse. Obtuse angle is greater than 90 but less than 180. So this is an example. It is more than a right angle, but it's less than a straight line. This is more than a right angle, but less than a straight line. And the last type of angle we have is called reflex. So reflex is more than a straight line, but it's less than 360 degrees. So this is the biggest type of angle that we will see, more than 180, but less than 360. These are the examples, and you need to know all of them. So at this point, any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you. Since there are no questions, besides page 1 and page 2, your next task is to go to Padlet. Okay, I will drop a link on your Google Classroom. I want everybody to use your iPad. Go around your house taking pictures of examples of acute, obtuse, reflex, and right angle. I show you what the palette looks like. Okay, so this is the palette. I will give you all the link later on. Huh? So I want all of you to identify 4 different angles in your house. Acute angles, which is less than 90. Then you click on the plus over here. Then you can add an item. You can insert a picture. I want an example of an obtuse angle, reflex angle, and as well as right angle. So this is the examples that I've done for you already. I also want you to put your name up. Okay. So in this case, my name Wei Tang. I found an example of right angle. So this is the window. Can you see the red color marking? So that is my right angle. Now, I also gave an example of an obtuse angle. This is my obtuse angle. But there is a problem. In this diagram, these 2 red lines they form 2 different angles. Can you see that there is one angle is white color and the other angle is orange? Yeah, the wooden part of the table. Okay, so the white color portion is less than 180. That is our obtuse angle. Whereas the wooden part of the angle is reflex. It is more than 180 degrees. So this is not a good example of a picture that I want. So how do I want you to annotate? I want you to do it this way. So back to our textbook. Okay, so in the picture that I had just now, I drew this. Okay, let me change it to red color so that it's consistent. I drew this. Remember then this was the wooden portion. Yeah, so if I want to indicate an obtuse angle, you draw a curve this way to indicate that, hey, this is the angle that I want. This one is obtuse. Whereas this angle is reflex. Okay, so I will be amending my Padlet example to show the angle that I want. Okay? Are there any questions? Junxian asked, book Ken, what do you mean? Junxian, what do you mean? Junxian,
Like
what do you mean?
So like take picture of the book and then the angle of the book.
Oh, you mean the corner of the book, is it? Is that what you mean? Okay, yeah, the corner of the book. Now, can anybody tell me what is the angle at the corner of the book?
Right angle.
Right angle.
Yes, correct. It's right angle. So that is one example already. So when you take a picture, indicate that that is the right angle. So I'm expecting to see many different pictures posted onto our Padlet. Okay, the deadline is by tomorrow night. Is that okay? Any questions? If not, I'll put on some examples in our Padlet. So on Monday during our lesson, we get to take a look and see whether they're all arranged properly. Okay. Now, if there are no other questions, then we will conclude today's lesson.
Tomorrow.
And log out. Yes.
Tomorrow.
What about tomorrow?
Got Zoom.
Do we have maths lesson in our timetable tomorrow?
Tomorrow no math lah,
No.
Dale.
Only
Late.
when
Okay,
there's
so
math lesson,
we
then
don't
they
have
will
Zoom
use
tomorrow.
Zoom.
Okay. Otherwise, that's all for today's lesson. You may log out now. Thanks.
Bye.
Joe, what
Kasihan
book
ya
is this?
kasihan. Kasihan.
Joe, what book
Yes.
is this?
This is our textbook 1A.
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
have.
1B. We are
1A.
also going to be using workbook 1B now.
Joe, I don't have.
What do you mean?
Buy
Don't have? You should
lah.
have bought it already.
Huh?
You should
Go
have
buy